Hi guys. You know, I just want to start off, I want to talk about an accomplishment that I have. I'm really trying to just honor when I do something that is leading me to a better version of myself. So I wanted everyone to know here tonight that I got through, what I did in the month of May is I got through Cinco de Mayo without yelling at a white person. Cinco de Mayo, or as I like to call it, girl named Jenna cries in an Uber wearing a sombrero at 7:30 p.m. It's just an excuse for white people to dress up as people of color. And I'm a Mexican man. I know that confuses a lot of you here because of my lily white skin. But to clear it up, I'm supervisory Mexican. I'm a Mexican for scholarships only. Anytime they need a diverse comedian, I'm David Perez from Los Angeles, California. And I'm gonna tell jokes about the barrio. Cause I'm gonna ring that rag. So anywho, Cinco de Mayo, I'm walking through Williamsburg and I come across this couple and usually in Williamsburg, you come across a couple, the guy is dressed like the young Pope, with a fucking white brim hat. And the girl, and he has this face that just says hey, consent? Maybe. And the girl is always dressed like Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman. But this Cinco de Mayo, these fucking people that I came across were dressed as Mexicans. And usually I would bully them within an inch of their life and can use my words to tell them to kill themselves. But this time I was you know what, David? Take back the night. So I was you know what? I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna dress up like a white guy tonight. More than usual. But then I realized there's no cohesive costume for mass shooter. Oh, wait, guys, there is. It's a police officer. No, guys, we figured this out tonight together. So next year on Cinco de Mayo, when some guy named Keegan is wearing a serape and a sombrero and he's shooting fake guns in the air, being arriba, arriba, I'm gonna be boo, boo, your taillight's out. It is, it's been a big week, guys. You know, I just one morning I'd like to wake up and not look at my New York Times alert and find out that our democracy is crumbling. I'd like to wake up and look at my phone and it says, hey David, the McRib is back. That's what I pray for every day. But there's some good news. Guys, Chelsea Manning got out of fucking prison. Yeah. Into the super safe world for trans people, America. That's stepping out of the gates of Auschwitz and being oh my god, my next step is Chernobyl. We're praying for you, sis. We are praying for you. There is some good news. Roger Ailes died. And it's not I want to celebrate someone's death, but how can I say this? I hope he's sucking dicks in hell. I really thought I wouldn't learn about his death from the internet. I thought the sun would be covered by a cloud and then a portal would open and he'd be sucked back to the dark dimension that he's from. But really, I learned it from Fox News because they lowered the Confederate flag to half-mast for his death. My dream is that oh my god, I told her that Bill O'Reilly just woke up in the middle of the night when it happened and his sweat just smelled like vinegar and he's I'm next. Truly hate that motherfucker. Speaking of motherfuckers, guys, you know what a bad week? Donald J. Trump. I love saying that sentence. The other sentence that I like to say is, the president's been shot. Which I can't say yet. But yeah, Donald Trump, he was giving secrets to fucking Russia, which I gotta be honest with you, I actually identify with him just a tiny bit. Because I'm he reacted the same way as I do as when I get caught gossiping. I'm always well, she needed to know. And then I refuse to apologize, and then thousands of people died. You and me, DJ. I don't know, this might, I hate to be like breaking news for everybody here, but like, did you guys hear that Donald Trump is getting his own fucking Ben & Jerry's flavor? Today they announced, it's called In Peaches and Cream. The runner-up was Whites Only Chocolate. But I guess Jeff Sessions has claimed that one, so we're not gonna have that. Sad news, Chris Cornell died. Whoa! And I am not gonna make a joke about that. Truly. I feel like in the early part of my pear-shaped life, I really fell in love with Soundgarden. I went to a Soundgarden concert, and it was fucking like, it changed my life. And I got home, and I listened to Black Hole Sun over and over again, and coincidentally, Black Hole Sun is like my parents' nickname for me. Something special is happening tonight, guys. My mom is here tonight watching comedy for the first time. And I promised I wouldn't make jokes about her, and I'm like, I'm gonna break that promise right now. No. Guys, I don't know if you know this, but like the Latin translation for comedy is assemblage of your parents' disappointment. No, my mom is super supportive. She supported me in like, because I got a theater degree, which is real supportive. She supported me in everything, like even in like my fitness endeavors. Like when I was a child, she told me that there was a McDonald's on the top of a mountain so that I would hike there. Imagine those gravy tears that rolled down my cheek. No, I'm not gonna make fun of my mom too much. I was actually just at my mom's house recently. I don't know if you guys, everyone has this experience, but like when I go to like my parents' home, I like revert to my childhood self. Like I'm like a 36-year-old like stable-ish man, and but I go home and I'm like sulking. I'm like hanging out in the bedroom, listening to the Rent soundtrack. I'm jerking off to into an old glove. I call my dad a coward, you know? And so it's like, so it's weird. And then you go home and I'm like, this is like the only place, like the only space I can go where like I can steal something and like not feel bad about it. Like I will walk, there could be a child's birthday cake in the fridge and I will just like open it up and start eating. I'm like, well, you shouldn't have left it out, you know? Like, my mom could legitimately have a book on her bedside table with like a bookmark in it, and I'll just put it in my bag. And if she gets mad, I go like, well, maybe you should stay married to my father. Like, this moral compass was designed by you. I'm David, thanks so much, guys.